So there's a process involved in running this thing. It's a 3-speed manual transmission. It's nothing like a modern car in the sense you can just jump into it, turn the key. Okay, so the fuel's on. And here, take a look at this. Get a video of the gas cap. Just wanted to point out that the gas tank is right smack in front of you. So, in the event of a front-end collision at more than 3 or 4 miles an hour with anything larger than a house cat, it does have a normal key switch, but all that does is essentially control the power going to the ignition. So, here's your choke. Fuel's on. Pull the choke out. Turn the key on. Enriching the mixture a little bit, which is turning that to the right. Then what you do, give it a couple shots of fuel here. Make sure it's in neutral. Push the clutch in. Hold the brake. And here's the starter button way down here. See that silver button all the way down there? Starter. Come on, baby. How about that? It's alive. And then sometimes it'll do that too. So you gotta hit it again. Wow, that's awesome. Never done that before. Of course, it hasn't run in a while either. We got it going. So while you're cranking it, this allows you to set the throttle to a certain position without having to keep your foot on the throttle. And this controls how many degrees of spark advance you have in the distributor. Got 10 amps of charge. This car only has about 2,000 miles on it since the restoration was done. In the 1980s. Trimming the fuel out, leaning it out a little bit with this control knob right here. And then you can slowly, as it warms up, you can reduce the idle with this hand throttle until you get a normal idle speed out of it. Yeah. Doesn't have any airbags, but at the moment it has a wind bag. And releasing the emergency brake. And for some reason we're still not rolling. So the e-brake's probably stuck. Hey, it's in first gear. So there you go. We're off and we're going like 10 miles an hour. There's no vibration at all. We're gonna double clutch, which is neutral, clutch back in again, find the next gear, grind a little pound or two, and go for it. Neutral, let it out, go back in again, go for third, and there you go. I mean, that kid on the moped is fast. That's all right. Don't worry about that. So we're doing like 28. So I'll catch him eventually. Oh jeez. All over the road. It doesn't really like cornering. So this is about as fast as you want to take this bend, or you're going to fly into that shrub. It's got me pressed against the seat right now. I can barely hold on. 3.3 liter beast. That's a carburetor. It has no air filter, so I advise these seagulls to stay away from the air intake. Exhaust manifold, intake manifold. Ooh, that's hot. Distributor. It's not currently overheating, which is good, probably because it's 20 below zero. And this car has been updated from a 6-volt electrical system to a 12-volt electrical system. The spark plugs are very difficult to change, as you can see, and I think they might be original, based on the amount of rust. And this car leaks no fluid. This is how you read your temperature going down the road. So what happens is, if the car gets too hot, whatever you've got in your radiator, a mixture of rust, water, and maybe some coolant. We got the car warmed up. He's never driven a manual transmission before. This is a perfect car to learn in. So we're just kind of going over, without the video, the gear pattern and how the clutch works, and we're going to give this a whirl. So, over and down, right? So here's what we're going to do. Put my window down. What, no power windows? What the? Okay, so here's what we're going to do. You're going to push in the clutch all the way, which you just did. Now it's toward you and pull toward down. Okay, now slowly ease the clutch up. Slowly, slowly. Go even slower once you feel it starting to roll. And get ready to turn. Okay, now lift the clutch all the way out. Okay, you're in first, so just drive around a little bit. Cool. Dude, you're driving manual trans. Now get on the gas a little bit. The only semi-complicated part is shifting. We're currently at a park here in Alaska, and we saw a couple of moose and a beluga whale. But we're trying to beat the darkness, which will set in about an hour or so. So he's doing good. He's just kind of getting a feel for the steering, which does it basically feel like stirring mashed potatoes?
Yeah, it's like a boat.
It's like a boat. First time driving a manual transmission. 1930 Model A. I can't claim that's what I learned on. Nope. Okay, now push the clutch back in. Oh, that's third. Okay, push second gears all the way out to the right. Yep, now let the clutch back out. But anyway, you're in second. Okay, you get the premise of this, how this works?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we're going 10, which is fast enough for me. I feel like my life is in danger at the moment. So, try the brakes, just get a feel for them. Because they're pretty much about the same as putting your shoe out on the ground, Flintstone style. Give it gas, you're gonna stall. All right, nope, not that much. A little less. Okay. Yep, not bad, good.
This thing sucks to turn.
Oh yeah, yeah. The steering's horrible. Now, I don't think you're going fast enough for third gear, but if you wanted third gear, you'd push the clutch in, you put it in neutral again, you push the clutch in again, you go for third. That's called double clutching. Let me just mention here, the only reason why you have to double clutch or should double clutch an old car like this is because they use what's called a non-synchro mesh transmission. So unlike a newer car, it doesn't have any synchronizers which bring the next gear up to speed. Oh my God. So the gears will grind if you don't match the speed of the gears inside the transmission. So that's why we do the double clutch. He's doing really good. I don't think I'm ready to turn him loose on public roads yet, so we're staying here in the parking lot. And good. So, if you wanted to bring it to a stop, what would you do?
You have to put it in first.
Put it in neutral.
Neutral.
Clutch in, neutral, clutch in, neutral, get on the brakes.
Go around again.
Okay.
It's kind of fun.
Kind of fun. Yeah, manual transmission is fun. It adds a whole new dimension. Now, I gotta mention here, there's a reason why he wants to learn how to drive manual transmission. I think it might have something to do with the fact that his father just purchased a 2011 Mustang GT with a 5-liter engine and a 6-speed that makes over 400 horsepower. Now, I don't know about you, but I think I would want to drive that too. Does that have anything to do with it?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Just maybe.
Maybe. If that door latch failed, if this door latch failed while we were going around a corner, I would be killed instantly. So, fortunately, Henry Ford built such a quality vehicle that I'm not afraid. No, neutral, which is in the middle. Okay, clutch out, get on the brakes. Get on the brakes, get on the brakes. Hard braking. Hard braking. Okay. All right, so let's lower the idle speed. We're going to use the hand throttle. It's good for now. Okay, we're going to bring the idle down a little bit. We're doing some parking lot driving. An old abandoned Kmart. Just pretending he's at a stoplight here in traffic. And I'm just going to try and do a slow acceleration from the light. So, clutch in. Oh, that was crunchy. And a little, get off the brake. A little bit of gas, ease the clutch out. And there we go. A little jerky, but not deep jerky. Second. So I'm currently suffering from whiplash, and I'll receive medical treatment a bit later this evening.
Cool kids drive.
Yep. 1930, baby. You young whippersnappers don't know nothing about that. exactly known for the efficiency of their cooling system. Let's face it, car technology's come quite a ways in these decades. So you're in neutral, and yeah, it's idling high again. So this will adjust the manual throttle. Okay, wait. Oh, it's off. And so what do you think so far?
It's really fast.
It is, and
Too powerful.
You're the man for kind of holding it all down like that. 40 horse.
Oh yeah.
I think it has like 800 foot-pounds of torque, and yeah. So still alive. Good thing. And the headlights, yeah, I think you just turned them off. So that's what that control right there is for your headlights, and then you got the klaxon right here, and then that's your manual throttle control, and this is your spark advance, which normally under normal driving conditions, I can say conditions, that's where I can. Once that's set, you leave it alone. It's cool. The view out the front's really cool in this thing. Those big bug-eyed headlights.
A lot of glass.
You got your temperature meter there. We haven't overheated it yet, but it seemed like I had to keep adjusting the idle, so I'm thinking it was getting kind of hot. So I gave it a little break and just let it cool. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna jump out and pop the hood and take a look around. So, all right, thanks for watching. Appreciate it.